Forster.
Thank you, Mr. Ward. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairship this afternoon. And I want to thank my honourable friend for Didcot and Wantage for securing this debate, but also introducing it in the way he did. Earlier this week, the second largest settlement in my constituency of Woking, West Byfleet, lost its last bank. That is a sort of a stark, sad reminder that high streets are really struggling, whether it's in Woking or across the country. And they're under pressure because of business rates, energy bills, increases to national insurance contributions, the Ukraine war causing inflation costs, and quite frankly, customers not having the same level of money because of the cost of living crisis that they can't shop and visit as much. Heartbreakingly, my constituency has recently lost its last local brewery, Thurston's. Thurston's demise is another example of a decreasing number of pubs. We've lost over 300 across the country last year, and my constituent John, who used to run Thurston's and still runs a local pub called The Crown, has said in his own words that this was a death by 1,000 cuts. It wasn't one thing that caused the brewery to close, but a cumulative impact of problems. One of my other Woking constituents, Joe Moulton, owns and runs a salon in Knapp Hill, and hairdressers is another sector that is really struggling. Several have closed, I know, in my constituency recently. Joe's salon, Sorella Salon, their business is facing a 340% increase in their business rates over 5 years. That is unacceptable. No business can surely cope with that. And that is why so many are closing. Pubs, hospitality sector, hairdressers are so important to make sure our high streets are thriving. But they're also key employers of local young people. And we can't be surprised when we've increased the bills for businesses to employ people that they're not employing young people anymore, not providing those vital training opportunities. And that is a real concern. Despite the Chancellor's what feels like best efforts, there are actually high street businesses in Woking that are thriving. And fortunately, my constituency is doing better than most. Ilara restaurant in Woking Town Centre and the Drumming Snipe pub in Mayford has recently been nominated for awards. And many businesses have adapted to the changing world. Post the pandemic and people working from home more, every village and high street in my constituency has now got a cafe where they didn't used to have one. The Cup of Peace in Kingfield is amazing, and I'm regularly picked. My brains is regularly picked with my foreign policy knowledge because they're from Iran and they're really concerned about what is happening there. Businesses can adapt, but they do need the government to give them a break, which is why I urge the Minister to look at proposals by the Lib Dems to cut VAT, including the 5% for pubs, hospitality sector, and I hope hairdressers as well. Property taxes are some of the most controversial and despised tax in this country, whether that be business rates, whether that be council tax, whether that be stamp duty. Look at property tax reform. Genuinely reform business rates. I'm pleased the government has given support to some, but the fact that they're tinkering around the edges, Ms Yule, shows the whole system is broken. And I would urge the Minister to look at the effectiveness of the High Street rental auction scheme. Woking Town Centre has got 100, at the last count, 112 properties that have been empty for a year or more. Very few of them are being brought back to use, and I know the same is true elsewhere. I don't think that rental auctions is working as well as the government hoped, and I would urge them to review it and work with local authorities to ensure that they are empowered and they have the resources to bring back those properties. If the government do at least some of that, we can grow our economy, we can provide employment and training for young people, and we can ensure our high streets thrive. Thank you.